guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see by the title, I am doing my 28-week pregnancy update, and it's just crazy to say because 28 freaking weeks, like, how is that even possible? I remember just filming my first trimester video after I announced that I was pregnant, and then I did a full first trimester video because I didn't announce it until I was in the beginning of my second trimester. But I'm officially 28 weeks, which means officially 12 weeks until my due date. Obviously, I didn't say exactly when I'm going to be due. I don't think I ever mentioned it, but I am due in the beginning of June. So I obviously don't want to say the exact date. Even if I do say it, that day may not be the actual day that I give birth, but let's just say the beginning of June, the first week of June. Maybe, hopefully, I want to give birth in June, not May. There's nothing wrong with being a May baby, but I really want my baby to be born in June. But anyways, today I am answering questions per usual. I have on my phone here, which is 4 questions, the same 4 questions that I answer every single update, just so you guys can kind of see the transition and see the transformation of, you know, my pregnancy and all that, especially if you watch every single one of them, or you know, almost every single one of them. The first question I have here is, how much do you weigh? And I have it written in my book per usual, just because, you know, pregnancy brain, I can't remember everything. I am 138.2 pounds. To compare from last week, or my last pregnancy update, I was 134.6. So now I am 138.2. So second question is, what is the size of the fetus? And I have 2 sizes, or 2 comparisons to the size. And the first size is an eggplant. So the baby is as big and weighs as much as an eggplant. And just to kind of throw out the pounds, the baby would be about 2.5 pounds, almost 3 pounds, and the baby is also the size of a tropical coconut. So the baby's getting really big and the baby's getting pretty heavy. My sister actually asked me yesterday, does it feel heavy? And I wanted to kind of throw that out there in this question as well. No, the baby does not feel heavy. Obviously I can feel that I'm bloated and I can feel that I am, you know, gaining weight, but the baby doesn't feel heavy. It's not like me picking up a weight and carrying the weight and like feeling that that weight is heavy. It's kind of different. Like, I guess I got used to just carrying something, or I got used to gaining the weight, so like my body is kind of proportioned out, so it just feels normal. It doesn't feel like I am carrying something like separate from my body, like a weight. Okay, so question number 3 is, what are your symptoms so far? And I actually only have 4 symptoms. All of the other symptoms are either gone or they're not as bad as they were before. But the first symptom that I actually wanted to talk about, which is very common, and this is like the first time I've ever had it, is hemorrhoids. And it's very embarrassing to say on camera and kind of like showing the public or telling the public that I do get hemorrhoids, but I did do a little bit of research on it, and hemorrhoids is very, very, very common because, number 1, when you take your prenatal vitamins, you get a lot of iron, and I guess a lot of iron makes you get constipated. So when you get constipated and you need to release a bowel movement, you push harder than you normally should because you are constipated and you can't really poo smoothly like you normally would if you weren't constipated, which results in hemorrhoids. And I do have a medicine or like ointment that I use for hemorrhoids, so you can actually go to any drugstore, any department store. I went to Walmart and my boyfriend suggested to use Preparation H, not sponsored by the way. This is what I am using and it works very well. The only thing I don't like about this is that the consistency of the ointment feels too liquidy, so when I put it on my bum hole, I feel like it's wet down there, if you know what I mean. They do have another one, which is the lotion version, which I believe is not as liquidy and as ointmenty. So if you do not like the wet consistency of it, then you can probably use the lotion and it probably won't feel as bad, but you can still feel the wetness in between your bum, and I don't really like that. But this works for me. I applied it every single day, at least once a day, and I also applied it every time I use the washroom. Use the washroom meaning, you know, going to take a crap. But if I'm peeing, obviously I'm not going to put it on. But I do put this on after I shower as well, and I think I've used it for about 4 days now, and my hemorrhoid is actually gone. This works. I'm still going to keep it. Obviously, you never know when hemorrhoids come back, but this is something that, you know, you should try and use if you do have hemorrhoids. This is not prescribed, so obviously you can go to the department store or the drugstore and you can definitely find this. I bought this at Walmart, so you can obviously find it anywhere. But the next symptom I have is shortness of breath, which is also very normal, and I did talk about this in my last pregnancy update. Shortness of breath, obviously your baby is pushing up against your lung. I learned that now my uterus is up to my ribs, so obviously it's closer to your lungs and it kind of pushes all of your organs around, so results shortness of breath. But it's not too bad. I kind of was able to maintain it, but sometimes it is kind of annoying because I can't really breathe even when I'm trying so hard to breathe properly. But my next symptom I already mentioned, which is constipation. I should have wrote that as a second symptom, or like to go along with my hemorrhoids. But constipation is definitely because of my prenatal vitamins, a lot of iron, which results in constipation. But I can't do anything about it because I have to take my prenatal vitamins, so I just gotta deal with it until after I give birth, unfortunately. And my last symptom is frequent urination, and it's definitely way more than it was in the beginning. I pee at least 4 times in the middle of the night. It's pretty irritating and frustrating because, you know, you want to sleep throughout the night and have a good night's sleep, and definitely not gonna have that when the baby comes. I guess I'm gonna have to deal with a urination until my baby comes, but instead of, you know, me peeing often, it's gonna be me waking up to feed the baby or to calm the baby. But that is all the symptoms that I have. It's very short. The next question is question number 4. What are your cravings? And for this one, I also have only 4 on the list, and I'm just gonna go through it quickly because obviously there's no explanation for cravings. You're pregnant, you get hungry, you want to eat certain things, and that's that. So the first one is candy, and I obviously mentioned this before. I was craving candy, whether it's hard candy or gummies, and I did satisfy my craving by buying candy to eat, which hopefully goes away after I give birth, because obviously eating candy is okay, but eating candy all the time is not okay for your teeth. And the next craving I have is ice cream, which I actually had cravings for ice cream quite a lot this month, and I believe last month as well. I've been craving ice cream so much. I've had McFlurries, I bought ice cream from the grocery store. I also had ice cream, I think gelato, when I was at the mall a few months ago. And my next craving, I don't know why I wrote it twice, but I wrote gummy candy. So to go with the first one, both gummy and hard candy I've been craving, and chocolate as well. I've been craving chocolate so much. I eat so much chocolate, it's crazy. I never used to eat that much chocolate before I was pregnant, but this time, like, chocolate is something that I've craved a lot. Something that I normally don't crave, I crave a lot. And my last craving is Mexican food. And yeah, I know it's very weird. I've been craving Chipotle and like burritos and stuff, but I actually held myself back on actually getting Mexican food. The only Mexican food that I actually did buy was Taco Bell, and I know it's not, I guess it's not real Mexican food, but it's fast food Mexican food. And yeah, so I had the build your own box where you get 2 tacos and you get fries and like a either dessert slash snack, and then you get a drink as well. And that is all my cravings, and that is the last question. It's crazy because I actually answered all these questions very quickly. The last thing that I need to do is to show you guys my bump, which is always what I do at the end of the video. So let me show you guys my bump. Okay guys, so here is my bump. This is what it looks like with my shirt on, and here is the side view there, and then here's the front, and here is the other side. So it's getting pretty big, and that's my bump. Okay, and that is it for my pregnancy update. It's a little bit on the shorter side just because, you know, I didn't really have much cravings this past 2 weeks and I didn't have much symptoms. The only new symptom that I actually had was hemorrhoids, which I obviously wanted to touch upon and tell you guys what kind of ointment and what kind of medicine I use to subside it and to minimize it. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to be doing my 30-week update in 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel by clicking the red button down below, and also if you want to click the bell to activate the notification so you can see when I post, then you should do that as well. And don't forget to check out my previous video, which will be down below, and check out my pregnancy playlist, which is where all of my pregnancy videos are. I will link it down below as well, and I'll put it in the card above for you guys to check it out if you want to, and if you want to watch all of my other pregnancy updates and other pregnancy related things. And that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.